What if Ellesmere's cliffs moaned with shame, burning your soul to trap you in eternal ice? This gut-wrenching tale from Ellesmere in 2140 will clutch you tight. Myra Taz, a tracker, finds moaning cliffs that wail her shame for her brothers. Death, but they're caging her team in a frozen abyss. Dare you face the cold? Ellesmere's icy cliffs tower under a gray, storm-swept sky, their edges sharp like accusing blades. Myra treks in her thermal coat, her boots crunching through brittle snow as she hunts ancient relics. The camp's tents sway in the biting wind, her only shelter since she fled her outpost. Myra's heart burns. Her brother Vex died in a glacier. Collapse she failed to prevent 6 years ago. His last words, "It's moaning," etched in her mind. She seeks the cliffs for answers. One day, her pick strikes a cliff, and it moans Myra in Vex's voice, like cracking ice. Her skin stings with cold. She thinks it's the storm, but she freezes when the cliff glows red and shapes Vex's face, his eyes hollow, judging her. Myra's terrified, yet she keeps digging. The moaning cliffs wail louder, their light fiercer, and chaos hits the camp. Tools freeze, fires die, and the air chokes, like it's stealing shame. Myra's lantern, her guide in the dark, burns her mind, as if the moans are inside her. Other trackers hear their shame in the cliff's broken vows, old lies, then collapse. Encased in ice, Myra inspects a cliff, its surface carved with glowing runes that pulse under her light. She confides in Jex, a fierce guide with a scar on her arm from a frostbite wound. Jex scours the cliffs and finds runes, images of people frozen, their shame etched in ice. The cliffs moan, "You're damned," in a voice that cuts, and Myra's hands tremble, dropping her lantern. What are these moans after? Myra and Jex trek to a cliff cluster, where snow bites like teeth and winds scream. Like shamed ghosts, the cliffs moan in a maze of red light, their runes twisting too fast. Myra's gut twists, sensing eyes in the storm. The runes lead to a cavern of ice, its walls blazing red like a shamed heart. At its core, a moaning cliff pulses, exhaling frost like a dying star. Shadowy forms writhe in the mist, faceless but accusing. Myra's head spins, like the cliffs, pulling her soul. Jex's sensors catch signals from the core, not from Earth, but from beyond the stars. The cavern feels alive, ravenous. Myra's lantern flashes horrors. Vex's collapse, trackers screaming, an ancient camp entombed in ice. Jex whispers the cliffs are the shame, not just ice but a cosmic trap that feeds on guilt. They serve the Accusers, a force that thrives on shame, growing with every moan. The camp crumbles, tents collapse in sudden storms, heaters fail, and trackers march toward cliffs, their eyes glowing red like the ice. Myra fears they're lost. Jex finds a jagged shard in the cavern, etched with stars that pulse like angry eyes. The cliffs roar, "We claim," and Myra questions if Jex is hiding a grudge. The ground shakes, Ellesmere raging. Myra grabs a shard piece. It sears, showing Vex's face, his voice pleading, "You failed me." Everyone's lanterns show a frost web, where shame freezes forever, each note a soul, each moan a sin. The cliff core displays a red lattice, trapping every tracker. The cliffs groan, shadows mirroring the web, as if Ellesmere's waking. Jex finds runes saying the Accusers crave the world next, linked to other cliffs beyond, all starving for souls. Myra sees vision shadows with glowing eyes plotting to crush worlds. The shame signals streak to the stars, calling the Accusers closer. Radios wail Vex's voice. Lights flash his face. Myra feels Vex's faint whisper in the web, urging her to fight. Jex's eyes flicker. Can she trust her? Ellesmere quakes, shadows caging them. Myra stares at the cliff core, hands burned, sensing Vex's ghost. She thinks of her failure, the camp, and if this force is unstoppable. The air chokes, searing her soul. The camp falls silent, and Myra wonders if the accusers are inside her. The cliffs moan louder, their frost thicker, alive with hunger. She steps back, but ice splinters, and the moans call her name. Jex's face pales, staring at the core. They feel that something's coming, unstoppable. The cliffs roar, alive. Myra grips her lantern, desperate for answers, but the moans pull her. To the dark, the cliffs pulse like a storm, alive. Myra wonders if she escaped or if the shames claimed her soul. Twist. The cliffs aren't ice, they're the eyes of a star beast that feeds on shame, and Myra's failure woke it. Is Ellesmere a wilderness or a tomb of guilt? Would you climb a moaning cliff knowing it craves your shame? Share your darkest fears in the comments. Smash that like button if this froze your soul, send it to your explorer friends, and subscribe for more stories that'll haunt your dreams.